Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Crystal Randomized Nuzlocke Challenge. I'm Pokemon Trainer Diode, and what you're listening to right now is a post-recording commentary, since my original audio got completely corrupted for whatever reason. This video is gonna be edited a little differently, because I don't want to give you guys long moments of silence, since I can't recreate everything I said during my play session, but don't worry, the video file is the original one, and nothing got changed. We got our wins and our losses. They're all recorded, so let's get to it. We have previously defeated the first two members of the Elite Four, losing Hank in the process, which puts our team at an even bigger disadvantage. That, alongside the level difference that's starting to become way more noticeable, is gonna make the rest of the Elite Four quite challenging. Today, we take on Bruno, the fighting type master, though with our randomizing turned out to be a water type trainer. He starts off with a Mantine, a Pokemon with very good special defense stats. We try to go for a para-flinch strategy, which just fails since Arbok can't do much damage at all. We switch to Machamp in hopes of brute forcing our way through, which we achieve in just 2 strengths. We heal up our hurt Pokemon as Quagsire decides to forget why it was out of the Pokeball in the first place. We go for Karate Chop, fishing for a crit, which we of course don't get, and get hit by an Earthquake in return. Another turn of the exact same place and we're dropped to low health, which we decide to heal to counter Bruno's healing. That for some reason doesn't happen as Quagsire just attacks me again, putting me at a very good advantage. Next up is Starmie, which means I have to get Machamp out of there immediately. We switch to Bruno, since we can sort of tank through Starmie's hits and hit bad with Bite. Our strategy for this is getting Bubble Beam twice, use Bite, heal, and repeat until we beat it. Bruno's Omastar makes his debut as we switch to Shock, since we can resist all of Omastar's attacks and hit back with super effective fighting type moves. We go back and forth a bit with barely any damage taken and we defeat Omastar. Now this is the point where things go south fast. Kingler has such an immense attack stat that Stomp does a high amount of damage to us. We heal up this damage and we try to put it to sleep, failing every single time. If we manage to sleep it, we can beat it. Sadly, RNG doesn't have our backs this time and completely works against us, as Chuck gets hit with a one-hit KO move. Never in my life would I have thought I'd lose a Pokemon to one of these extremely inaccurate moves, but here we are. Our MVP, our best girl, our longtime companion, lost to a guillotine. I was extremely quiet for the rest of the original recording. Trust me, I can tell, because I was so mad watching this unfold again. But we have a match to win and revenge in our eyes. We switch to Machamp and hit it with a Cross Chop. Kingler gets healed and gives us another heart attack by going for Guillotine once more. Thankfully, Machamp survives this battle and manages to destroy Kingler with a couple of Karate Chops. We lick our wounds and head on to face Karen, which ironically is now training Psychic type Pokemon instead of her usual Dark types. We send in Bruno against Starmie to mimic our previous encounter with such a Pokemon, and everything works basically the same, except for this Starmie being a bit bulkier than the previous one. Up next was Heabdutt, who we managed to take out using Omastar's Bite, but not before taking significant damage during the fight. Exeggutor is a grass psychic type Pokemon. Against my team, where I only have water, fighting, rock, and poison type Pokemon. If you know your type charts, you know I'm pretty much just hoping for the best at this point. Arbok takes a massive hit. I thought the Palm Tree was going for a grass move first, which I could easily resist with Arbok and hopefully hit back with Acid. That was not the case, and we were forced to switch back to Omastar. I try to wake up, but we end up having to heal back to full and go on an uninterrupted 1v1. Thankfully the speed tie was in my favor and I end up beating Exeggutor. Slowking was another irritating battle. Its psychic attacks did a lot of damage and I had to heal up to full a few times before managing to defeat it. The last Pokemon Karen had was the last Pokemon I ever wanted to see at this point. Alakazam. I was sweating so much at this point, mainly because my room temperature was around 100 degrees, but also because this could very well mean the end of our run. Seeing how much damage it did on its first attack, I had to make a decision. I have to sacrifice Arbok so I can get a free switch in with a healthy Pokemon. We lose Arbok and I switched to Machamp. I really thought I could take a hit so I could heal up Omastar, but Alakazam is just too powerful for us. I had to take a deep breath and think. I decided to take the path of least resistance and spam heal until Alakazam either crits us and we lose, or we run its psychic moves out. As soon as Alakazam used Future Sight, I knew I had a chance, so I had to act fast. I started to use the same strategy I used against Starmie, taking a couple of hits and using Bite in hopes of a critical hit. Bit by bit, we managed to wear Alakazam out and take our victory against the final Elite Four member. We only have the champion left to finish this part of the game. We have no idea what type he uses, and we only have one Pokemon left. We steal our resolve and move on to take on the champion of the Elite Four. But I'm gonna leave that for the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this sudden change in style wasn't too jarring for you. It's not my preferred way of doing things, but it was the only thing I could do to get this episode out without having to re-record everything and basically cheating on the challenge. If you're anxious to see what happens in the next episode, hit the like button, subscribe, click the notification bell, and do all the other stuff YouTube wants you to do. But that's all for now. I'll catch you later, trainers.